So Sony's decision to go only digital from 2028 has made me do a video. I haven't done a video like this probably in a decade. About 15 years ago I used to have a YouTube channel. I used to do this all the time. I had a few thousand subscribers, which was huge back then. I got recognised once in public. The fame was too much, stopped it all. No, I'm talking bollocks. I just stopped because it became different. It became a lot of shouting, shit like that. Whereas I like to be calm. Believe it or not, I'm quite calm. But anyway, this video is for people that think that they don't care about a fully digital future. I just want to point out a few points. Yes, point out a few points that may sway your mind a little bit, or perhaps it won't, perhaps you'll just think, fuck off, tosser. But just in case, let's go over a few points. The first point I'm going to talk about is money. Be seeing rich people are poor these days. Let's say you just come across, or perhaps you pulled out your disc of God of War from 2018. You put it in, you play it, and then a friend says, hey, why have you been living under a rock? Do you know that there is a sequel to this called God of War Ragnarok? And you'll go, what the fuck, I hadn't heard of this, I must be stupid. So then you think, right, I'll go and buy this. It came out 4 years ago, can't be that expensive. You search on PlayStation Store, full price. £70, $78, full price. Now, £70 for a 4-year-old game, it's not vibing with you. But if you had a disc drive and you thought, actually, I'd save myself a few bob, specifically about 50 quid, because you can get it for about £20 now, you'd go out and buy it physically, wouldn't you? I'm sure you would. I'm sure if you had the choice, you would save yourself £50. Perhaps you wouldn't, but I'm sure you would. That's what's going on. Those games that have been out years, still full price on PlayStation Store. Yes, they'll come down in a sale, but they won't even come down half to what is being sold. Just regularly, say at Asda, Smiths, Amazon, Argos, CX, you know. So think about that. The next thing, I'm going to use an Xbox game as an example because this is the first one that comes to my head when we're talking about delisting games. There's a little game franchise, it's called Forza Horizon. You started playing that. Just imagine that you're a bit dumb again, you know, because these are examples. I need to fit them in somehow. So you're a bit dumb, you got a big rock over you. You've been playing Forza Horizon 6, that's set in Japan. You've been loving it. You've completed it somehow, even though it's a games as a service. You turn to that cool friend again. You're like, hey friend, I want to play some more Forza Horizon. And the friend's like, hey, did you know that there's a Forza Horizon set in Britain? And you go, what? What? I'm in Britain, I want to play that. That's nice. Oh, right, I'll search it on it. Oh, it's not coming up. It's not coming up. It's because you're a wanker. It's because it's digital only. It's been delisted because of cars and shit and licenses. But it is physical. But you don't want physical? Fuck off. Yeah, so it's a bit like that, really. Oh my god. Yeah, probably the first and last video I'll do it. So yeah, so that's another example. You know, these are pretty big examples. Forza Horizon 4, it's not that old. And the playability, visuals, it isn't that far off what we're seeing now. It's still a modern game. And it's set in a different place. It's got a whole lot of stuff. If you buy the disc, you got a whole game. You got everything. You got all these... It's stupid and sickening how they can delist games. And it's not just Forza. There's so many games, but that's a big one I think of because it annoys me. Because I'm a big car guy, I like car games. So yeah, now the last point, you know, we've spoken about cash, we've spoken about availability. And before I get to the last point, I want to say, I'm not against digital. I buy digital games. I buy a lot of digital games. I'm not against it. Some digital games actually make sense, such as simulators and shit like that. But I want a choice. Because most purchases are physical. I could get into all the stats that Sony tried to give you, which are false, but if you do a bit of Googling, you'll find out actually what they're saying about 85% of digital and physical is all wrong. They've kind of skewed the figures, which all companies do, but it's more, I think if I'm generous, it's more 60% or 65% say digital, 35% physical, but it's probably a bit more physical. It's probably 40% physical because they've skewed all the numbers for Fidelity and all that shit. So I'm not going to go into it. But at the last point, now this is going to try and touch your soul a little bit. Do you remember being a kid and getting a console? I don't know. Perhaps kids watching this, your first console was an Xbox, probably an Xbox One. Perhaps there's people as old as us that remember getting a NES or even older, you know. Usually your parents get you a console, maybe one game, but your relatives need to get you other games for your birthdays and Christmas because games are not cheap and never have been cheap. Now, the excitement, tearing that wrapping paper off, getting a game, holding a game, reading instructions that's long gone, but just getting a physical game and the box art and putting it on your shelf or putting it somewhere and just, you know, a visual representation. Hey, you don't care about all that, I've gone too far, but just the, think about your kids even, you know, your kids in the future, your kids now. You know, you want to buy them a game if they ask for a game. You're giving them a card or a slip of paper. It's just not right, is it? You know, it's just not right. And yeah, think about the other points. You know, and if you care enough just to want to see a future where physical does survive in gaming, perhaps vote with your wallet a little bit. Perhaps stop playing for PS Plus for a month. You know, just hit Sony where it hurts, and that's money. That's the only way Sony are ever gonna, you know, listen to people. People can whine on social media. I've seen a lot of people cancelling stuff. Sony have never been this quiet in the whole of their social media presence. They have never been quiet for 5 days. So something's going on behind the scenes. Do I don't know what to say, or they're scrambling to think of something to say. And yeah, that's it. Before I go, physical media, in music, in films, it's all coming back up. So Sony have chosen a bit of a wrong time to go. Physical media is dead. A piece in every other format. It's actually coming back up because people are sick of subscription services. People are sick of digital prices. Alright, it was weird to be back in front of a camera. Perhaps I'll do another video. Take care.